Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to yet another exciting lesson from SAGT Tech. My name is Asaf, and I hope you enjoy this one. In today's lesson, we'll be treating technology, grade 7, and our topic today is structures. Structures are suitable for term 2, and the lesson that we're going to be treating today is the very first lesson of the term. The most important thing that we need to treat when we start talking of structures is the definition of structures. I've had people defining structures in so many different ways, but I think the one very inclusive definition of a structure is the one that says structure is any form of construction that supports a load. Because it does not matter whether it's a shell structure or it's a frame structure, but it does support the load. For as long as it supports the load, does not matter whether it's supporting it from inside or outside, it remains the structure. Therefore, the simple and most inclusive definition of a structure is any form of construction that support the load. Structures are, of course, made for a purpose, different purposes for that matter. The first purpose of the structure is to contain. If you've got something like the bucket of water, as you see, it contains the water inside. It's therefore called a structure because without a bucket, you cannot hold the water. There are so many structures that it can contain. Even the eggshell can contain, but it serves as both containing and protecting because it does protect the yellow yolk as well as the white albumen. And this is the other structure that do protect. This is what you call a tortoise shell. I wonder as to whether you've come any closer to a tortoise. Immediately when it sees you, when it feels there's something or there's a danger coming, it hides its head and the feet under the shell. And it does not matter. You can try hitting it as hard as you can, throw it, but this shell is so hard that you cannot injure this animal. Therefore, we call this a protective structure for the tortoise. Structures also do span the distance, like the bridge. You need to go over the bridge. On the bridge if you want to go over there. Sometimes it's a bridge, it's water, sometimes it's a road. It does not matter what it is. Different types of bridges as you can see them. Now, it also supports, like here, we've got these roof trusses with different structural members like your queen posts, your king posts, your rafters, as well as your struts. The main purpose of them is to support the tiles as they will be placed on top of them. Without this, they are going to topple over. The tiles will topple over. So it's very, very important that you maintain a very strong and rigid support for the tiles. Now we come to the classification of structures. There are two classes of structures. The first one is the natural structure. These are structures that are found in nature. And the second one is man-made, which sometimes I refer to as handmade to make it easy for learners because sometimes they tend to think that the skeleton of a person, if you call it a structure, they will think that it's man-made. No. It's not made by the hands of man. Those are types of structures that are natural. And because they are found in nature, man, you cannot just stand up and say to me, today I'm going to combine 1, 2, 3 to make a man or a person. Part of natural structures are beehives, not made by men, therefore they are structures in nature. The mountain, it's not made by man. We found it there. I never saw people coming together saying, now we are going to build a mountain. No, we found them there. We've already spoken to things like a tortoise shell. That's not made by man, it's natural. You got the eggshells and so forth. Now, we also have the man-made structures. These ones are made by people. Look at this tower, beautiful. Designed and made by people. You've got your bucket that I've already shown you. They are made by people for a purpose. You've got your house that you stay in. It's made by people, and it's a structure. Therefore, we call them man-made structures. Now we come to the type of structures. Different types of structures. The first type is the shell type. It's important to note that the shell type structures are always, or most of the time, found on the outer part of the whatever it's containing. Now, it's protecting from outside, and it's made of one part, and it usually contains the load, meaning that it's protecting the load from outside. Hence, we are saying it contains the load. Now, the second type, or before we even go there, you look at an example of egg shell. The egg shell is protecting and containing the white albumen as well as the yellow yolk inside the egg cells. And I've just shown you the tortoise shell, which is also containing, and I've just shown you the bucket of water also containing. They tend to be called shell structures. But now we've got the second type of a structure, which is a frame structure. Frame structures are usually made of different parts combined together to support the load. The question is, how do they support the load? They usually support the load from inside, whereas shell support from outside. These ones usually support from inside. We've got different examples of frame structures, like this one. Although a skeleton is a bit complicated because you've got your rib cage as well as your skull that can serve as both shell and frame, but we tend to call it frame structure because most part of a skeleton is found inside. It's supporting from inside, if I may have to say that way. You cannot have your skin inside the skull, unless if it's the rib cage containing livers and so forth. Now we've got another structure called the solid structure. These are a non-hollow one-part structure. This is a non-hollow one and it's usually natural. And a simple example of such is a mountain. It's non-hollow, it's a structure because what does it support? Plants that grows on the mountain, the trees and so forth. But you can dig inside it, it's non-hollow. We therefore call it a solid structure. Now we come to structures that act as both the shell and the frame. I've already spoken to one of them. We say some structures such as skull and rib cage can serve as both the frame and the shell. Remember, the shell will always support the load from outside and the frame usually support from inside. Now, let's look at how these two serves as both shell and frame. Let's take a skull, for example. As a shell, the skull will contain and protect the brain, as illustrated there. But then it can also, or it does also hold the other parts of the skin of the face, like your nose, your ears, your head, your skin. You see my face there, and maybe glasses. Who knows? Yeah, it does hold those, and they are on top of the skull, and therefore, in this regard, it will be acting as a frame. We also have the rib cage. The rib cage is a shell. It contains the heart, the liver, the lungs, as you can see there. Those are your livers, those are your lungs inside the rib cage. In this regard, the rib cage will be acting as a shell. But then it can also act as a frame, supporting from inside, as it support your skin, it support the chest, it support your breasts, it support your muscles from the inside. In this regard, it will therefore be acting as a frame structure. Now, that is all about the introduction to structures. In the next lesson, we'll be talking about stiffening of structures, strengthening of structures, and so forth. Many different lessons that you're going to be getting on structures grade 7. And for now, if you want to see more of this type of lessons, just visit our channel in YouTube, which is SAGT Tech. From myself, for today, thank you very much.